Oh, good. Uh, uh, it's hot. Oh, man.
Yeah, it keeps.
It gets worse.
Hello and welcome to Heat of the Night, where we tackle 4 wings and 4 questions from mild to crazy hot. My name is Chris Featherling. I'm the Instructional Technology Coordinator here at Lincoln Way Central. And our guest today is Dr. Dave Baran of our Science Department. Dr. Baran, welcome.
Thank you, Chris. Glad to be here.
Our lead director and producer for this are both students. Lead director Devin Smith and producer Kyle Pearson. So Dr. Baran, I know you really wanted the gauntlet of hot sauces today.
Bring it on.
So you really do well with spicy foods.
I do well.
You do well?
I do well.
Awesome. So you being, in physics and a scientist and all kinds of stuff, like before we even get started, like what tips do you have for figuring out hot sauces? Like milk, what is going to work for you, and what advice do you have for future people on the show?
Sure. I've done this before, so I know that milk is better than water. Any liquid in the mouth after the hot sauce, all it does is kind of move it around. And so that becomes an issue. Supposedly there's a chemical in milk that kind of takes the heat off. I just like hot.
Yeah.
I've always liked it, so if I'm not sweating when I do this, it's sure something wrong.
Well, awesome. Well, let's go ahead and get started. Our first wing is the classic. And let's go ahead and we'll cheers this up.
Cheers. Is there already sauce on there?
Already sauce. We're ready to go.
Here we go. Good.
Like it?
Yeah.
Not too hot?
No. Especially even get a little. Okay.
So, I know you're a family person.
Mm-hmm.
I've been lucky enough to coach and work with you for a long time. And I've heard so many stories about your family and how proud of them you are.
I am.
It's something I really admire about you. You've been married for 35 wonderful years.
I think it's 36 now. But
36 wonderful years to your wife, Janine. You have 3 daughters and 2 grandkids. I grew up with 3 sisters myself.
Okay.
But I have 2 boys now. So what is it like to be a girl dad?
That's interesting. They all kind of herd together. They all kind of hang out together. They different set of issues that we have to worry about when they're little kids. Not so much as they get a little bit older. Hormones start to kick in, and that becomes a problem. So I do spend a lot of time in the garage. I do spend a lot of time kind of isolated from them. They've been wonderful. They've been good. I think because I coach girls here at school, my experience with my daughters have been really helpful. I know how to coach girls. I know what to do with it. So just a different beast.
What are some of your proudest moments, especially with your daughters?
All of them have graduated from college.
That's awesome.
All of them are now gainfully employed. My youngest just got a job, so she'll start working next week, in fact.
Congratulations.
One's married, one's getting married, so that'll be a proud moment when I get to see that. Basically, the proudest moments for me is when I have other adults tell me how kind, respectful, and decent my daughters are. Oftentimes, when you are with your own kids, they don't really have the time of day for you, and you think that maybe they're being mean and nasty to you. No, they're being good kids. I'm just their dad.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So let's go ahead and get to our second
Number
wing.
2. Okay.
This is a new one on our show here, Hala Peppa.
Okay.
So,
and you're doing it with me.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm all day with you.
Cheers.
So we're working together. Oh, this one's not bad.
No,
Oh, this one's good.
it's very good.
Mm-hmm.
About the same heat as the first one, I think. Maybe a little less, maybe a little
Let's
bit
go
more.
to flipped.
I'll take a second bite.
Okay, so you won't say it yourself, but I know you and so do your students. And I know that you're one of the smartest people that I've ever been around. And I truly mean that. You completed your undergrad at Valparaiso, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And you got your doctorate degree from Northwestern.
Correct.
All right. So you worked multiple research labs and education is not your first career.
Correct.
So, please tell me about your experiences in Russia. What work you did for the U.S. government there, if you can tell us, and most importantly, the craziest thing you ate during your stay in Russia.
Я говорю по-русски. There are so many great experiences when I was over there. I'm trying to think of any particular ones. We took apart nuclear weapons. So that was part of it. It was a nuclear disarmament program. We had to buy the uranium from the Russians. This is after the Soviet Union fell. Everyone's afraid that they're going to sell their uranium and their bombs to everyone else. So we had an agreement where we bought their uranium, and then we actually expanded that. We bought their expertise. So they would take the uranium and they would make it into a form that we could then use in our nuclear reactors here.
Okay.
So that was really good. I got to go over there, see part of the process over in Russia. Then the Russians got to come here because they wanted to make sure we weren't putting their uranium into our nuclear weapons.
Correct.
And I would escort Russians all over the United States to see that stuff. The craziest thing I ever ate. So we arrive, it's like 3 a.m, we land, and they have a banquet for us right when they start. 3, 4 a.m, oh my God, I don't want to do this. Get up there, they call up the head of the delegation, who's not me, I'm the second in charge.
Okay.
She gets the delicacy of the feast. She gets the goat brain. I think, yes, I dodged a bullet here. I am awesome. I don't have to do this. And then they call me up. I get the second delicacy. The second delicacy is the goat's eyeball. This is going to be rough. But I had taken a class in how to eat this really interesting food. And the trick is, eat it quick, don't breathe, and get it down as quick as you can. So the minute they call me up here and tell me it's a goat's eyeball, I stop breathing. I'm holding my breath. And I get up there, and they give me this thing. I take it, and I spear it, and I get it down there. Thank God they gave me a beer chaser. I can say that here, I think. Okay, I'm of age. So they give me a beer chaser. I get it down there, and I said, thank you. That was the best thing I've ever had in my life. I'm so honored to be here. The guys back at the table are just dying. They're laughing hysterically that I was able to do this. I got it down. The worst thing was when you bit into it, it squirted. Oh. There's a gelatinous stuff in there. So that was rough.
So the wings are nothing compared to...
Oh, God, no. God, no. I've eaten meat of an undetermined nature in Russia before. And we ask them, what are we eating? And meat is meat.
All right, so we have
actually,
before we get to that, we have a segment on here that's called Explain That Pick, all right?
Okay.
And so I have some pictures of you, and you can scroll through these if you scroll left. And it seems like you have a tradition and they'll put these up on the screen so everyone else can see. A tradition of taking a picture with teams, classes, and stuff like that. Tell us about some of the pictures, and you can scroll through.
Yep. So there's
some other ones in there.
This is end of the year. End of the year, I always do a team selfie. So just get the camera, hold the camera up, get all the girls in, get Coach Hess, who I coach with, and then it's just a fun way to end the year. I have been blessed. I've been coaching freshman girls. I think I've had 7 or 8 teams. They're all been great. I've had 2 teams that are arguably the best I'll ever have. And so that's where this all started with the selfies, getting that in there. The girls want selfies.
Yeah, it's so cool because when I talk to, and I coach girls basketball with you, and when I talk to kids, like that's one of the things that they love about you, and I hope you know they love about you, is that you care so much about them.
I love what I do.
It's such a special thing to see that you care so much about the kids that you coach and the kids that you're a part of. So
okay, and this next one is an end of the year. This is my AP Physics last year. And these girls, we had some time at the end of the year after the AP test. Can we watch Twilight? Can we watch Twilight? Can we watch Twilight? I finally said, yes, we can watch Twilight. So they made a Twilight t-shirt for all of them and me. And so this is me with my Twilight t-shirt. Horrible. This is night. Yeah, this is what they call Teacher of the Night. I can't think of a higher honor to have a student ask you to be part of that thing. My girl was one of the girls in there, but the other girls were girls that I had in class. So I just tried to get all of them together.
It's so nice.
Do that. So it's just, yeah.
All right, so now we're at the part of the show where I dread.
Okay.
And most people dread.
This is getting a little hot.
The bomb beyond insanity. This is the one where you make sure you don't touch your eyes. But we're going to see how much of this we can take down. So, this is always my least favorite question. The science department absolutely adores you, and a couple members wanted me to ask you a couple questions. Is it true that you look like Sam the Eagle?
Yes,
And why do you spill coffee everywhere down the science hallway?
because I'm an idiot. Oh, good. It's hard. Oh, wow, man.
Yeah, it keeps going.
It gets worse.
Mm-hmm.
You get the hiccups.
That's where it comes from me.
Okay. I just have coffee all the time. And it's hard for me to get through the day without the coffee. This is a good one.
This is a good one.
It's a good one. So a year ago, Mrs. Makoviak bought me a physics gift. It's a pendulum. You put your coffee cup on it, and it swings.
Okay.
And so hopefully that doesn't spill.
You still spill?
Oh, I hit the locker. I hit myself. I do that. So Heifel, Dr. Heifel, is going to use me and my coffee cup for when she does the blood splatter lab for forensics. It'll be coffee splatter, but you can literally trace it down the hall into my room, and there I am.
Oh, how was that?
It's good.
Have you drank anything yet? I don't
No.
think I've seen you drink
No.
anything. I tried milk and some water. Neither has helped.
I'll take a sip of milk.
All right, well, I'll try it with you.
Okay.
All right, so we are to our last wing. It's funny that you said talking about a goat because it's called the ginger goat.
Okay.
So let's give this one a try. Hopefully it's not as hot as the bomb.
Cheers.
It's
Not
hot.
nearly as hot as the other one.
It's hot, but it's pleasant compared to the bomb. So
Bomb wasn't bad.
I don't know.
You gotta work your way through it.
I don't know what your definition of not bad is. That's
Yeah.
pretty rough to me. So you've been at Lincoln Way Central your whole teaching career?
Correct.
And-
I've taught at colleges.
Yeah,
but
correct.
not for high
High
school.
school.
It's all here.
So you know, just like I do, how special of a building and a place this is.
Oh yeah.
So I know it's hard to narrow it down to one, but what's your favorite part about being a part of the Lincoln Way Central family?
It's a place I work where everyone genuinely likes each other.
Yeah.
I've worked at other places where there's always petty office politics and stuff. I can't think of a person I've worked with that I haven't gotten along with. Maybe I'm not close friends with them, but I can say hello to them. We can talk. We can go out. We can have wings. We can do that. And you and I are good friends, so I think that's a unique way to work things. And then I've been blessed with the students.
Yeah.
We have a good group of people. We really do. For whatever we're doing, whatever you guys are doing as students is remarkable. You're polite. You're kind. There's the occasional issue that a teenager has, but we can deal with that. I've been to high schools where I've gone into them during a passing period, and they give up the passing period to the students.
Yeah.
The custodial staff has to sweep the floor every passing period because the kids are just pigs. We don't have that here. We don't have that here. So I love being here. I love working here. I love the people I work with. I love the coaching I get to do. I love the classes I teach. It's been a real good experience for.
Yeah, I think something I noticed, you're probably the same way, just how much kids care about each other.
Yeah.
And it's not natural necessarily for kids to want to be central and it means something and them care about each other.
It's not typical for a teen to do that.
Yeah.
But whatever we do, I think we focus on some of the little rules. And then if the little rules are enforced, and the bigger rules kind of take care of themselves.
Yeah.
And then the kids generally, it's nice. I can walk down the hall, a student will say hello to me.
Well,
I can do that.
I want to thank you for taking these wings
This is
with
awesome.
me. Dr. Baran is one of our greatest teachers. Every time I talk to a kid who's a former graduate and I say like, oh, who do you miss? Who's your favorite teacher? Dr. Baran is constantly messaging.
That's very kind for people to say.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching our 4th episode of He the Night, where we tackle tough questions and even tougher wings. Thanks again.